Hey folks, this is Ardwulf. Welcome back to our playthrough of the Elder Scrolls Online. I should probably call it an exploration series, because I think that's kind of what I'm going for here. I'm kind of checking this game out because I bought it and haven't really done a ton with it since buying it. And I feel like it deserves a second look, if nothing else, because I spent money on it. So, alright, so before we get into this, we've got some... Where's my familiar? Is he dead? I don't understand where he keeps going. Well, in any event, let's take a look at the character panel here, because we got stuff we can do. We can add an extra magicka. And that's fine for that. And then we can lightning for manifest yourself as pure lightning. So if we look at this thing, this says it does 1186 shock damage, and this says it does, oh, I guess this does do way more. Okay, there's that then. So that's dark magic in case. That sounds useful. Daedric Summoning, we can do Daedric Curse. So we'll take Daedric Curse. I think I like the sound of that. And that's our number 3 ability. Alright, I feel like I can hear this. This would be a quick slot thing. Okay. That's very interesting. Definitely feel like we need more magicka. Oh, and we got equipment we can actually put stuff on. Iron Pauldrons of Health, that sounds useful. Let's just put that on. And it's a little stupid looking, but not totally out of keeping with the rest of our fairly dumb looking outfit. Alright, somebody just like aggroed a bunch of dudes over here. Thanks, dude. I really do want the sword in preference to the bow, and we don't have the ability to do weapon slot switching yet. So where am I going is the question. I really don't know. Alright, so we got a couple gold. Whoops. So this is definitely where we're going, and here, in fact, here's Jakarn.
I unlocked the door. Now it's as pretty as a thing can be.
They store everything on the upper level.
Okay. So those things are increasing, and that's good. Where are we going here? We're going to... Oh, for Christ's sake. The targeting's pretty forgiving here, I notice. Store everything on the upper level. Alright, so we're going this way. Okay, we got a halfway decent looking bow there. Okay. This is the way we want to go.
Try and keep up.
Shut your fucking cake hole, Jakarn. I don't have the patience for him. And his pissant bullshit.
Hope you're not keeping score.
Definitely could use more magic, I can tell you that. So it appears to be the population is a little on the robust side. Okay, so that's... this guy's over here. We are kind of blasting through this right now. What's my inventory look like? 32. What we can do is... I have iron pauldrons. The iron pauldrons of health that we have are better. We have a rawhide jack, which is marginally better than the thing we're using. I guess we'll put that on. Looks not cool, but whatever. Didn't we have a helm here too that we found? Yeah, that's overdone. Well, hey, it's
This is
half-ass
the
early game gear.
I'll kill the goblins in the scaffolding in the next room. You grab the gem. It's in a chest on the floor. There's a passage on the far side.
Alright, so back into the goblin mine. Alright, and now we have to get out. Not much to this, huh? Do you have an XP? Okay, we do have an XP bar. Very good. It's been a while. Alright. Completed find other mine exit. Now you have to find Jakarn, who has once again wandered off. And that hurt.
Over here.
That's because
have
I
a
didn't
question
jump.
for you. What were you doing in the mine? And did you see a scummy Yakarn? He's a liar and a thief. He stole a gem from headman Bosek. Now, if the gem came back, Bosek might let him live. Can you help me? Now, that's just too bad. If you do run into him again, tell him that if we catch him, he's dead.
Alright, that's interesting. Meet Jakarn at the inn. I don't know where that's at. Offhand. Although it's probably down here somewhere. Yeah, right there, looks like. Alright, so let's kind of wander back and check things out as we go. How can we actually get up there somehow? I hope so. Kind of doesn't look like it. Hey, wait a minute. We got iron ore here. Let's mine that. Turns out you don't need any special equipment or skills or anything to do basic harvesting. Which on the one hand I like, but on the other hand it means that... Oh, that's cool. You can actually rotate between the quests with the T key. On the other hand, it does make the characters kind of undifferentiated, and because the game is class-based, you don't have the sort of total flexibility. Not that you really ever had true total flexibility, but at least you had the illusion of it in previous Elder Scrolls games. The experience system in Oblivion, for example, was pretty famously busted. So if you didn't game it quite the way the designers intended, you would end up being relatively gimped. And really, it doesn't work dissimilarly in Skyrim necessarily, but what it does is the encounter scaling works a lot better, so it's less of a problem. So, pretty cool looking area, I think. Sir Poopy Pants. Fantastic. So, I guess there's mounts. I have never gotten one. Like I said, I haven't played a ton of this game. I've played a few levels in it, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at the character screen here. So, we're level 4. We definitely have to find a merchant.
How can I help you, friend?
Well, that's good. Okay, so let's sell some crap here. Yeah, we're gonna sell that. Anything that's an ingredient, I think we'll keep the carrot soup. I'd like to keep fishing. I have absolutely no interest in. We'll keep the bread. We'll get rid of this. Let's look at weapons here. So I got Sentinel's Lash for 1013 and Maple Bow for 1037. How the damage scaling works in this game and exactly why those numbers all appear to be so close together is something that's not necessarily transparent to me. We do have a Sip of Health, which is probably not a bad idea to put on a quick slot of some kind. So I think we're good. We're down to 25 out of 60. And I know we can increase our inventory space somehow, although I'm not 100% sure how that works. So I think that's good. And let's look at this. Because what I'd like to do is put this on here, I guess. It'd be great to put that on a hotkey instead. Alright, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to remember how to do that, but...
If you're looking for that bastard Jakarn, he's at the tavern with a Red Guard girl.
So Jakarn is quite a popular fella.
I overheard him telling a Red Guard girl he'd whisk her off to Sentinel, that he was a ship captain. She swooned like a fool, like I did. I'd tell the headman where he's hiding if I didn't hate the headman more. I need...
Alright, so she ain't happy. It's the same chick we encountered in the dungeon there, waiting outside weeping.
Hey there. Glad to see you made it out. Hey now, the headman stole it first. And you brought it back to me, didn't you? Seeing as it's you asking, sure. If she's planning a job, I'm in. All I ask is a trip off this rock after it's over.
You! Hey, you!
Alright, and we got, looks like...
Hey there. Need any help?
Looks like we hit a level, so that's something.
Hey, you!
So
Yeah,
let's
you!
check that out. I'm going to put all that into Magicka, which is probably not an awesome idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. We got 2 skill points. Let's see here. So we can do craft. Do we have anything that is unlockable here? We do. It looks like that stuff is not stuff I have to spend points on. So we've got... we've unlocked something in heavy armor, but not light armor yet. Light armor is what we want to do, but that's not... we just don't have any right now. One hand and shield, however, we do have some extra abilities here. 2561, and taunting them to attack you, low slash. This is something we definitely don't want. Reducing their movement speed. This actually looks fairly helpful. Daedric Curse. Okay, so that looks fine for now. So our number 4 key is a melee ability.
I didn't think I'd ever find you. You move around. I'm Nicolene. I work for Captain Colleen. She sent me to find you, see if you'd have... And listen, just so you know, we're set up in a hideout near the docks. Come find us when you finish recruiting. Look for Lambour outside the door. There's 3 folks Captain Colleen wants to help with her heist. Crafty Larissa, Jakarn, and Naramo. She's in Saintsport. The Sea Drakes lured her ship onto the rocks. Those bastards really know how to ruin your day. It's south...
So every single one of these starting areas has pirates in it. I think that's a little boring, to be honest. And in fact, these 3 different sort of post-starting areas, by that I mean after the tutorial, which is the same for everybody. The initial tutorial area, which I'm not a big fan of. I think that's a little unimaginative. So let's go talk to her. So what we're looking to do here really is to get out of this... Alright, let's look at that. Alright, so let's talk to Naramo. Where's Naramo? Alright, so I think we're looking for him first. So what we're really looking to do is to get out into the open world part of the open world and get to experience it from there. At one point, at least, you had this sort of linear zone progression, but the one Tamriel expansion or modification, or whatever you want to call it, is supposed to have addressed that particular quibble. So to what extent it has, I don't know, because I haven't experienced enough with the game. I don't hate this so far. Certainly, I think somebody who went head over heels for Skyrim, as I did, has a lot of reasons to find this disappointing. Because it doesn't have the sort of open world scope that Skyrim had. But on the other hand, The world is bigger, and this is a thing I can collect. But that's not. The world is bigger, and you get a lot more geographic diversity in this iteration of Tamriel than you did in
Miraculous. To think that
Skyrim, or Oblivion, or Morrowind.
As far as Stros Mackay. My brother and I have scoured the ruins' exterior for some time now, but we have never been able to get in. Several reasons. One is that Headman Bosek commissioned me to explore the ruins. A fascinating aspect of Dwemer ruins are the ancient mechanisms to be found inside. An excellent suggestion. I believe this automaton can unseal the door, if it can be reassembled and controlled. I have its control rod, but 2 focusing crystals seem to be missing. Some call them dwarves, a race of brilliant artisans and metalworkers who possessed great ingenuity. None can say for sure. Some believe they achieved divinity. Others claim they were consumed by some folly of their own. Perhaps both are true. But long ago they vanished. The entire in the gleam of avarice.
Alright, so it's generally pretty good voice acting in this. Berserk. Not a lot of effort went into making that name pronounceable. So, also the soundtrack's not bad. Certainly it's not a Jeremy Soule soundtrack, which many will be absolutely justified in being disappointed by, I think. What the hell's that? But the soundtrack's not bad. I feel like the classic Elder Scrolls theme might be somewhat underused as well. Alright. Okay, not sure what that does, but that's kind of cool, okay. On the other hand, there is, a reasonably robust crafting system in this game, and I think that's important to the verisimilitude of an MMO, something that purports at least to be an open-world type game. And that's something that really a lot of MMORPGs have fallen down badly on. At some point I probably owe folks some commentary on why I think the crafting is one of the things that did Warhammer Online in. Game with tons of promise, but which unfortunately just did not materialize into the game that everyone wanted it to be. Or even really the game that it was in beta, to be completely blunt. But this series is not about that game, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about it. Like I said, at some point I might do a blog post on it or something like that. So, here's, looks like Durgroth's sword. Actually, this is just the other focusing crystal. So we can go talk to Naramo again. This is, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I don't know where that's going. It's like each of the races, each of the factions, I should say, has its own like starter island that takes you something like level something like level 3 or 4 when you exit the tutorial to something like level 7 or 8. None of them are rotten, and I've now seen a little bit of all 3 of them, but I don't believe, I'm not 100% sure I've ever gotten off any of the 3. Rawhide scraps off a scorpion. That's cute. That's another thing that is a classic MMORPG issue. Totally random, nonsensical loot drops.
I've reassembled a spider, but I must be able to control it. Splendid.
And I'm not sure why that's hard to get right.
Just insert them into the rod like so. By the way, let's see here. It works! I knew it would, of course. Into the tunnel you go. Now to get that door open. At long last, the Sark. Come, we'll talk of our next move inside.
Alright. So here we go. Alright, well before we talk to this dude, we're gonna take a look at the character here. We're nowhere near level 6, which is fine. We do have other PCs in here too. So let's take a break. Let's call this an episode. Stick with me for more Elder Scrolls Online action. I hope to play a lot more of this game. I hope that I like it. I see things right now that I do like and things that I don't like. I'm not convinced that they've really done a job here that's worthy of the Elder Scrolls lineage, but I'm not convinced that despite that there isn't a fairly decent game in here. So we're going to try and find out. We'll see how long I can stick with this, and I will keep recording as long as folks keep wanting to watch it. So if you have any comments for me, leave them in the comments below. Like the video if you're enjoying the playthrough, and subscribe to the channel. We got more coming. I will see you next time.